Hi, I am speaker 2. I am a sex addict. Recovery in SAA has been a journey with a lot of ups and downs for me, but it has been a wonderful journey. And I would like to discuss few points which have really helped me in my recovery. One of the major ones is HALT. अगर मैं HALT एक acronym है which stands for hungry, angry, lonely, and tired. So I don't have to remain hungry. I don't have to get angry over an issue. I don't have to remain lonely, and I don't have to get tired. इस चीज की इतनी अहमियत है, जबकि ये चीज बड़ी सिंपल लगती है कि हाँ भाई ये तो बड़ी नॉर्मल सी बात है, बट दिस इज वन ऑफ द मेजर थिंग्स इन माय रिकवरी. क्योंकि मैं देखता हूँ अभी भी जब मैं टायर्ड हो जाता हूँ, आज मैं सुबह जल्दी उठ गया, गोल्फ खेलने चला गया, थोड़ा टायर्ड फील कर रहा था, ऑफिस चला गया, तो मेरे दिमाग में ना यूफोरिक रिकॉल्स होने लगते हैं, पुरानी बातें याद आने लगती हैं कि क्या था क्या नहीं. तो हॉल्ट को ऑब्जर्व करना इज वन ऑफ द बेसिक्स ऑफ प्रोग्राम, और एंड इट रियली हेल्प्स मी. सेकेंडली आई वुड लाइक टू टॉक अबाउट द 3 सर्कल्स. जो हमारा प्रोग्राम है वो इसकी बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंस बताता है, जो 3 सर्कल्स हैं. और ये 3 कंसेंट्रिक सर्कल्स हैं जिनका सेंटर सेम है. और इनर सर्कल मीन्स थिंग्स विच आर वेरी डैमेजिंग टू मी in my life. So that is called acting out. So it may be a different thing for each sex addict. Different kind of issues can be acting out for them. For some of them it may be outside sex. For some of them it may be porn or maybe excessive masturbation. They can define their own inner circle. So that is one thing from which we have to completely abstain. And going into that means one is slipped or one has lost his sobriety. And then there is something called the middle circle. Middle circle activities are basically the activities in which you go near to your inner circle, but you don't actually act out. Maybe you have watched some small semi-nude kind of picture, but you have not seen the actual porn or something. So that may be counted as middle circle, or something which is very near, something triggering, which can kind of result into an inner circle activity. Maybe staring a woman or body parts for a longer time or something like that. So it's not inner circle, but it is middle circle activity, which can lead to inner circles. Then the third is the outer circle, which is the most interesting and the best part actually. If I do more and more of outer circle activities, then my chances of going in the inner circle are very less. So I have listed down at least 10 outer circle activities for myself, say doing meetings, listening to good music, or exercising, playing golf. This way I have written down 10 activities which I can do based on the time available or the weather, what kind of weather it is. So I need to have a list of them so that anytime, whenever I'm feeling bored or alone, I indulge in those activities which are outer circle activities. And next is the importance of meetings. This is the lifeline of my recovery. They say you have to somehow bring yourself to a meeting. Now, this is the most important thing. All other things will fall in line if you are attending a meeting. Your step work will be done. You will understand how the program works, and the experience, strength, and hope shared by members here can really influence my life. And it is like going to a psychotherapy session where multiple, psychologists are sitting and helping you with their real stories. So that is the level which I consider of a meeting. And next is similar thing, but that is also a very important thing, calling fellow members. In our literature, it is suggested that we call 3 members every day. So calling 3 members every day means there may be some of them who are in a very good mental state, some of them who are feeling little low, so they can be helped by your calling. And those who are in a good mental state can convey you the positive sides or the aspect of the program, how they are going in their recovery, what actions they are taking. So calling fellow member is one of the tools which I have observed that really makes my recovery easier and possible. Next is reading literature, especially stories. एस्टेबले का जो लिटरेचर है ग्रीन बुक में, if we read it, it is written in such a way that each and every word means something. Each and every sentence is written in such a way that it is very meaningful and conveys the right kind of message. And there are around, I think, 25 or 30 stories, whatever the number may be. And reading each story helped me in my earlier recovery or initial 2 years, 2.5, 3 years. Because every day I used to read a story and it would take my mind off my addiction. And the story is written in such a way, it is beautifully written. Means what was my addiction, how it worked, and how I came out of it, and how I feel now. So reading stories, I would personally suggest that is early recovery में बहुत ज़्यादा help करता है. Or other tools, like I said, the outer circle, one part of it can be listening to good soulful music, or maybe going to a live music concert or something, whatever is feasible and whatever you feel like, which brings a good feeling in you. और नेक्स्ट है कि अवॉइड एनी एक्सप्लिसिट कंटेंट. यहां तक कि मेरे स्पॉन्सर ने कहा कि जो डेली टाइम्स है वो वाला अखबार तुम अपने यहाँ घर में नहीं रखोगे. आता है तो अपनी वाइफ को कहो कि उसको फाड़ दे, बिकॉज देर आर सम एक्सप्लिसिट फोटोग्राफ्स इन इट. और मैंने ये देखा कि मेरे उनको देखा करता था, स्पेशली उनको आई यूज टू गेज देम. और खैर लकीली God's grace that I stopped reading the newspaper itself. और जब छोटे होते थे उस टाइम मुक्ता में कोई ऐसी कहानियां आ रही हैं, कहीं थोड़ा सा एक्सप्लिसिट कंटेंट मिल जाए, कुछ ऐसी कोई किताब या कोई भी चीज, उसको पढ़ने का दिल करता था. और उसको पढ़ के ना एक मिक्स्ड सी फीलिंग इवॉल्व होती थी. तो उसको अवॉइड करना बड़ा जरूरी है. कोई भी देखने वाली पिक्चर्स हों या कुछ कोई भी मेरे का ऐसे एड्स हों जिनमें बॉडी इज बीइंग शोड, इज ए नो फॉर मी. ऐसी कोई मैगजीन, न्यूज़पेपर या कोई ट्रिगरिंग स्टोरी बुक आई हैव टू अवॉइड. Then one very important tool which was suggested in the program, that is part of one of the stories, that I have to follow the 3-second rule. Any object of my desire, any female or anything which triggers me, I don't have to see it for 3 seconds or more, so that it doesn't get into my mind and I start feeling about it or doing something. Or my sponsor actually told me that when you meet some stranger, maybe stranger female, then there is no need to say hello or good morning. Like we have a general tendency to try and talk to, but I had that to talk to females or opposite sex, this thing. But now I have stopped it completely. And that is how recovery has been for me. And one more thing which I would like to highlight is share your feelings openly in the meetings. or one-to-one with sponsor. As it is written in our program, you are as sick as your secrets. So sharing any kind of, thing which is troubling me, which is inside my mind, if it is too something you think it's too much, which you don't want to discuss in a meeting, you can talk to the sponsor. Otherwise, there is no such feeling which should not be shared, because sharing is caring, we call it in the meetings. और लास्ट में मैं यही कहूंगा कि सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट जो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट टूल मेरे लिए जो रहा है वो है आउटर सर्कल एक्टिविटीज। मैंने देखा है कि जब भी मैं बोर्डम में हूं या मुझे कोई काम नहीं समझ आ रहा तो मैं घिर जाता हूं लो फीलिंग से। जैसे अभी एक मेंबर शेयर कर रहे थे, लो सेल्फ एस्टीम, सेल्फ वर्थ की इश्यूज तो हैं ही, बिकॉज सेक्स एडिक्शन इज अ रिजल्ट ऑफ माय mental and this kind of issues, which to overcome them, I use my sex addiction. So that is how recovery has been for me. And it has changed my life in so many ways. When I came for the first time in SAA, I could not imagine staying away from my addiction or my this thing acting out, because I had made such a fort around myself that everything used to trigger my addiction and I used to go for acting out. The whole day I would see how I can act out, where I can meet someone, where I can go with that person or do whatever I want to do. And because of that, I lost so much in my business, on my personal front, and relationship with the family. I couldn't see my children growing up or what were their emotional needs, and because of which I now see them suffering, or because of being dysfunctionality in my family, they suffer from various kind of disorders and they are not able to work properly because they face the same kind of issues which I was facing. But this beautiful program allowed me to work on myself and get out of those situations, and thereby starting a new series or new kind of behaviors in my family. Now we are united, we live together, we talk together, we travel together, and although there are a lot of issues which need to be tackled, but issues are getting tackled at least. We are able to openly talk to each other and convey our feelings. And earlier I was, very eager and used to get angry at the spur of a moment, especially on my loved ones. But now that habit is going away, and I'm able to back off myself. I'm able to listen to them. I'm able to politely convey my concerns. So all those things वो तभी हो पाएंगे जब मैं रिकवरी में हूं। नहीं तो ये जो महीन बातें हैं लाइफ की, जो सटल इश्यूज ऑफ लाइफ हैं, मेरा ध्यान इनकी तरफ जाता ही कभी नहीं था। मेरा ध्यान तो दिन भर एक्टिंग आउट में रहता था। तो मुझे ये बातें कहाँ, मैं तो बाकी की लाइफ 10% जी रहा था और 90% मेरी एडिक्शन चल रही थी। So all of my time was going in my addiction. So recovery has been such a beautiful thing. It's a gift of God, I feel, or it is being given to the chosen ones, and all of us who are in the meeting are basically the chosen ones. So because I see this disease is so rampant, but only a very few, selected few of us are able to attend meetings or are able to get sober. So that has been my journey and my recovery story. Thank you all for letting me share.